Everybody, welcome to the horrid process. This is
The
my
horrid process. Yeah, the horrid process started by hurry by. Let's ask him why the process is so good.
All right. So, without introduction, our first guest needs no introduction. It is Musti Bai. I'm gonna let him introduce himself right here.
Shout out to Jutsu.
God.
My name is Musti Bai, aka Aha Mustafa, aka Musti Make on some platforms. The only introduction you need is I be sitting next to you, the Imam Sahib, while you're sitting the back row.
Give me the mic. Alright, so, I don't know what that was, but today's podcast episode is about starting your own actually successful and profitable clothing brand.
Yes,
And
sir.
Every single podcast.
Roanoke clothing.
If you read the description, it's going to be 30 minutes or less. I like that, and I'm going to stick to that. Not because the default method is 30 minutes on the recording part, but because I think 30 minutes
My
is
camera cuts out at 29.
Yeah, also because Musti's camera cuts out at that time, but also because I just think I want my shit to be short and sweet, straight to the point. If it's anything above 30 minutes,
get to the point then.
I'll just talk for a long time.
Keep talking, man.
Only first episode I'm going to say. So, what we're going to talk about is how we start a clothing brand. So, for all the questions I'm going to ask Musti, he's going to give his input first, and then if I have any, because we kind of have like very similar views on a lot of stuff.
We both have clothing brands.
We both have clothing brands. One's just a bit more successful than the other. Musti's is better than mine for now, as we speak, until I absorb his and I become CEO.
My liquid and my asset in the country.
There you go. So, Musti, your clothing brand, Birds of Dua. Where did you come up with the name? Why did you start a clothing brand? Tell me a little about its origins.
Alright, let me take you back to a day when a man becomes a boy becomes a man.
Yeah.
Back in those days in middle school and high school, listen, man, my mom gave me an allowance, right? She couldn't afford much.
By the way, this is our third time recording this episode.
This is our third, so he's heard the story 10 times.
This is our third. Every single time something gets fucked up, the audio, the video, transferring is something. So this is rehearsed.
So, okay. It is rehearsed. That's why I do so good.
We're still gonna fuck it up.
So, growing up, you know what I'm saying, my mom's, it was, like, may God bless her. She did what she could, right? And she's doing what she can right now. But I was only able to buy like 1 or 2 wardrobes, like when it came time for the school year, right? Like 2 t-shirts or like 3 and a pair of shoes, right? Alhamdulillah, but that doesn't get you through the whole year for the most part. You keep wearing the same thing every day. Like I still do the same thing now, though.
Yeah, you do.
I think it's a habit I grew into. I just didn't need it. I need to buy clothes, but in my head I was like, I'm gonna just make a clothing brand one day, just make clothes for myself and all my friends and everybody. So in kids who can't afford clothes, and then everybody will have clothes. Well, I mean, I just started, but inshallah, one day it'll get to that. It's kind of expensive though, man.
Inshallah. Yeah, as with any startup, there's going to be startup costs.
Yeah, it's a lot of money.
Especially clothing brands.
Yeah.
Money comes into it. So the name, Birds of Dua. Where did you come up with the name, Birds of Dua?
So it's kind of hard. So I'm not really good with names, as you can tell. Aha Mustafa, Musti Make.
He's just literally copying this one guy.
Mufti Make.
You're literally gonna get like sued or something.
But
as soon as you make a name for yourself, like a bigger name for yourself, he's gonna come after your ass with everything.
I'm changing my name soon, ASAP.
ASAP Musti.
Yo, that's actually good.
That's like a cult, like a game.
Yeah,
right?
it's a cult. ASAP. I'll just do like
ASAP Rocky, ASAP Musti, same thing. Where'd you come up with Birds of Dua?
So. There's a lot of clothing brands now. There's a lot of clothing brands.
There's
so many clothing brands now, and listen, they all do the same thing. They all do the same designs. They all do the same thing.
What about a summer on a plain white T-shirt?
You know what?
I'm gonna sell it for $78.
You know what?
Good idea,
right? You got me. You got me. That's it.
Selling out in 5
All
seconds.
right, podcast over. We're done. But no, okay, for real though, like coming up with the name is pretty hard because that name is the image of your brand.
Yeah, that's your brand.
When someone thinks of that name, they're associated with words they already know in their head. They're already associated with feelings and thoughts and things that already are come to those words, right?
Yeah, like subconsciously.
Subconsciously, yeah. So I look at brands that inspire me. There are big Islamic brands or like Middle Eastern, Asian, South Asian brands like 5 Pillars. That's a staple in the Islamic streetwear game. That's like the original streetwear for Islamic wear.
True.
And mashallah, they're going harder than ever right now. There's also, I met these people 2 years ago, loved closely. They're some real cool people. I work with them. They're nice. They don't do particularly Islamic streetwear, but they do like South Asian, Middle Eastern inspired streetwear.
Yeah, like Arab streetwear.
But like in their brown ways,
I love it. It's incredible.
It's beautiful, man. Their work is something crazy. It's
5 pillars and love closely, 2 the like most incredible brands ever.
Yeah, Pilot Roots is decent too, but like not like 5 pillars and
like those are the OGs.
Those are like, I mean, Love Closely just started 2 years ago. They're not like any sort of OGs, but like in their own respective field,
They're
like
the best.
they're doing the best right now.
That's a good point.
So when it comes to a name, I had to associate with things that I like, you know, things that give me peace, or things that when I see they look like peace, or like something
to make you feel good.
Feel good. So obviously one thing is dua, you know, that's the only way you're ever gonna change your life, is making dua to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, right?
Yes.
But then there's also love, and there's so many words that you can associate with things. One thing I really like are birds. Not any particular reason I like birds, but like a bird, like a dove, or like any type of bird is like a symbol of peace or hope or happiness. Like penguins are really happy.
I love penguins. That's my favorite.
Doves are like real like peaceful and tranquil and all that stuff, right? So, and I love putting birds in photos and stuff like that.
Yeah, if you knew Musti like a year or 2 ago, every single picture, even if it was dark outside, he would Photoshop like a flock of birds in that. It made it pretty. I don't disagree with it. Yeah. But every single picture had a bunch of birds in them.
But yeah, so Birds of Dua, just like that's a name, right? At first, I didn't really like it, but my friend Hanan, who honestly, even before Harith knew about this brand, Hanan was the one that was like, "Yo, make a brand," because we were working on something in the summer together, and
Mahbub Begum,
a clothing boutique in Chicago.
Yeah,
and he really pushed me. He pushed me like, "Yo, just do it," because we have the same goals and aspirations, and he just pushed me. He was like, "Just do it, do it, do it. If you ever need any help,
Beautiful,
do it." Right. But yeah, so that's where the name came from.
That's where the name came from. So I want to ask my own question, where, like, my message, my reasoning behind, like, where the name Roanoke came from. To be honest, I wanted to name my kid Roanoke. I really like that name.
Roanoke Suleiman.
Roanoke Suleiman, yeah. Roanoke,
strong,
in Urdu or Hindi, if you don't know, it means like shine, glimmer, brilliance. So you would say like the stars have Roanoke in them. They have a shine to them. But for real though, for no joke, I got the name. I used to work with a guy at Dunkin' Donuts whose name was Roanoke. I swear to God. Really? I worked at Dunkin' Donuts for like 2 months. And while I was there, I met a guy, the janitor there, his name was Roanoke. Wow, that's a beautiful name. Yeah, mashallah. He was a really nice guy too. That's where I was like, I want to name my kid Roanoke. I've never heard of that being a name before. Yeah. And then I've always loved dragons. Every movie that has a dragon in it is my favorite animal. I said penguins before. I don't really count a dragon as an animal, I suppose. But that's where the logo came from. I had that logo drawn up. I did not make the logo myself. I'm not that talented. But so before I ask Musti, my next question, I'm going to answer it myself. What is the mission statement and or reason behind your clothing brand? So the reason behind Roanoke, I wanted to create is similar to Musti. I want to be the next, like, not like Louis Vuitton or Gucci, like an expensive brand. I want to be the next name brand, huge brand, inshallah, in our own lifetimes, maybe the next, like, our own kids next time or whatever. I want to be, like, a well-known, Desi-owned, Muslim-owned brand that, like, opens doors, not only in just the clothing industry, but as I'm doing for myself, like acting and modeling industry for other minorities. Not just Desi people, not just Muslim people, Arab people, all minorities. For example, like, of course, I'm Pakistani, so there's not many Pakistani, Desi, Bengali, even Sri Lankan names out there in acting or modeling. There's a couple, I'm not going to name any names, we're probably going to roast them later, but there's a couple who happen to be Desi, you know what I mean? But they get all their clout from just making fun of brown people. That's not what I want to do. I want to be, Aziz, I'm sorry, Mindy Kaling, that one, Superwoman. I just don't get it. Like, their main thing is shit. That's funny to some degree, but once you do that for 10 fucking years and you're Jimmy Fallon making fun of brown people, it's like, come on, bro. Like, think of something else. So I want to be like that guy, but also happen to be Pakistani, but doing it for my people. You know what I mean? I don't want my whole brand to be like, oh, he's that one Pakistani. I've heard this before in our comments. You're actually handsome for a Pakistani guy. You're actually handsome for a South Asian guy. Like, shut the fuck up. What the fuck is that supposed to mean? I want it to be like, when they say you're actually talented for a Pakistani designer, I want to slap them in the face with my dick. That's honestly, that's the goal. Well, I want to be like,
show it to me.
Exactly. I want to go, what does that mean? So, Roanoke,
you're mission statement for a hearth.
You're actually pretty for a fucking Indian inbred loser. So, okay, so the main reason behind Roanoke is that, and also, my mission statement, what makes me different, to answer another question that we're going to be asking mostly like 220 seconds, when I get the mic back to him, is, so like, what's your mission statement, and like, what makes you different? Or like, what advice do you have to someone who wants to be different?
I got a lot.
So Musti's going to go off on that question. But Roanoke, what makes Roanoke different is that every single piece of clothing that you see, if it's a commission or if it's like something that I've done my calligraphy on, everything. It's thrifted. So that automatically makes it 1 of 1. Every single piece is thrifted. It efforts to help recycling, to end fast fashion, and to add that little vintage look. So not only do you like put in the size that you want, I go out and thrift it. That makes it 1 of 1, and then you choose the words you want on it and what language you want on it, and I hand paint it. So the wording is 1 of 1, the pant is 1 of 1, and the hand painted design on them is 1 of 1. Incredible. So the whole point is to unique. I want it to be unique. I want like what I wear personally to not be able to be worn by anyone else. That's why I love.
I have my own Birds of Duo pants.
And he doesn't fucking wear them. He literally never wears them. His excuse is they're too tight on me. Just lose weight. What the fuck? But in reality, he said he doesn't like the fit of like the bottom of them. And I'm like, just cuff them. He's like, if I bring you my pants, will you cuff my jeans for me?
Listen, man, I can't cuff my jeans.
I was like, just fold the jeans, man.
I can't cuff them, man.
I don't know how to do it.
I can't cuff them.
I understand why people don't like Pakistani people.
Because
we're stupid, apparently. But the whole point is 1 of 1, unique. So even all the commissions I've done, those are all thrifted. Literally every single piece is thrifted, 1 of 1. And then in addition to that, portions of profits are donated monthly towards Pakistan, Palestine, Yemen, Jordan, Syria, literally all Middle Eastern and or Desi South Asian Muslim countries in efforts to, like I said before, raise awareness for our people and help our people out. So what I'm going to ask Musti here is what his mission statement is, and then what he does to make his brand like 1 of 1, to make his brand unique.
The mission is to get that mayor money.
Oh, God.
No, I'm joking.
$50,000?
Nah, I don't make those jokes. I don't make those kind of jokes anymore.
Yeah, thank God. Oh my God.
I used to make those jokes heavy, but like.
Look at my brother didn't like you at one point because all you would say is like, "Oh, I just want to marry her." Well, even I was like, "What happened?"
She broke my heart. So
she broke my or the park.
Oh man, she's gonna watch this.
Fine, we'll talk about mine too. Mine was Orland Park too. There you go.
Man.
Keep going.
So the mission statement for Birds of Duo is just like, honestly, it's just for growing up in America or like say Canada or maybe even UK, where you're not in a Muslim country or like a Muslim area. It's hard to be connected to your deen, right, yo? So honestly, it's just a way to connect to your deen, to your religion, right? Like if I can help even one kid throughout the next 30, 40, 50 years, however long I live with this brand, and he or she gets closer to their deen, that's all I want to do.
That's good.
On top of that, once like Birds of Duo lifts off, when it lifts off, inshallah, I'm gonna use the money that I make from Birds of Duo to do charity work, make my own charity, and even do trips to countries like Yemen, or Palestine or Syria or Nigeria, Kenya,
everywhere.
Mali, all these places,
all these Muslim places
where they need like just a little bit of light. Show that their
little
future
bit of Roanoke.
A little bit of Roanoke to show that their future has Roanoke in it.
Yeah.
Inshallah. So that's just the goal of my brand, inshallah one day. And then if not with my brand, with this brand, is something else. It's gonna happen one day, and I'm gonna make it happen, inshallah.
This is like one of the many ways you're gonna make it happen.
Yeah. And then what's the next question?
What is your mission statement?
That was the.
Okay. So the next question would be, what makes you unique?
All right, so this is where I have a lot of qualms with people, a lot of issues.
This is where we're gonna talk shit.
Wait for a minute.
Yeah, this is where the advice of like, what exactly should you be doing to make sure that your business is actually successful. So this is where we're gonna go into like what we think you should do. We've introduced ourselves, all this kind of stuff, but now we're gonna get to the part where it's like what you should do to have an actually successful, profitable, unique clothing brand. So first thing,
be genuine. That's it. That's all you gotta do is be genuine. Be your own person, create your own lane, your own drip, your own, how would you say? Design your own quality, design your own product. Just be original. Because so many Muslim, so many Desi, so many just clothing brands in general,
just like
they're all doing the same thing.
Yeah, fucking doing slapping Sabr on a white t-shirt.
Sabr, Hub,
Salam. Selling it for $80 fucking dollars.
On a Gildan t-shirt. What the fuck?
Gildan. That fucking dropshipping bullshit. If you're dropshipping, okay, I'm gonna just say, if you're dropshipping, be very, very careful who your supplier is. I don't want to get no fucking ripped t-shirt in the mail 4 weeks from now that says Sabr on it. I forgot I even bought it. You know what I mean? I'm sorry. Keep going.
No. Like he's right. Like as harsh as that sounds, all these brands are coming out. They're doing the same thing. They're taking the word suburb. They're taking the word, some Arabic word, that's twisting it into a new design, or an old design. They're copying the flow of 5 pillars or somebody like that.
Yeah, the originals.
The originals. That's it. That's all they're doing. Which, no hate. Get your money, get your bag, and then go.
Yeah, but that's not sustainable.
But that's a short-term business clothing brand because everybody does that, and everybody's gonna. If you're gonna see 30 brands do the same thing, you're gonna go to the brand that you have the most loyalty to, and it's most likely not gonna be yours because they already have a friend that makes the same type of T-shirt. Yeah. So they're just gonna give it to their friend. Yeah.
Never be able to say that your product can be found somewhere else.
Yeah, literally.
Even if it's like 20%.
I've only had one job because I started only a few months ago, but alhamdulillah that did well. Mm-hmm. And the reason was because most people said that my quality was soft and my design was different. It was unique, which that's what it is. It's all you need.
Like you would never find his design anywhere else.
You're not going to.
Maybe like no, I've never seen a design like that anywhere else. Same with mine. I don't think.
His are different. His are crazy. His are just literally one of ones.
Yeah, they don't come anywhere else. That's where I think you need to make sure that you can't find it anywhere else.
A long-term sustainable clothing brand in today's environment, it's so hard because everybody has a brand, right? But
every fucking brown kid who got their heart broken is $100.
Yeah, and has access to internet.
And access to AliExpress.
Printful.com,
fucking Printful, Printly.com, Gildan, all the fucking Fruit of the Loom bullshit. That's cool. Okay, keep going.
So, honestly, the number one tip I can give is just be genuine and be unique and be true to yourself. Mm-hmm. What does your brand mean to you? When you make clothing, what does that clothing mean? Because you could just slap on a design you find on Pinterest or pay someone to do.
People do that.
But what meaning does it have to you? What meaning? If you have no meaning in that design and that artwork, you're creating art basically, right? Yeah. Then nobody else is gonna find meaning to it. Somebody might, but if you don't have passion towards your own clothing or your own like whatever you're trying to express, then it's gonna be hard for people to find that meaning too.
Yeah, no one else is gonna have passion in it.
That's when I made my first design, it was because I was down bad.
I was sad.
I was down bad, man. But at the end of the day, I always look up and I pray Isha and I realize, thank you for getting me to the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like, just thank you for getting me to this day, to the end of this day, and inshallah I'll wake up tomorrow morning and can say the same thing. That was just the thought process behind it.
And you're talking about your design, thank you.
It was a really easy design too. I just wanted to go simple, but now I'm working on, and it's like a learning process, right? You drop one thing, okay, people don't like this. Yeah. More on the next thing. Oh, this quality of this brand, of this, whatever. Just keep learning. No
one's ever done it right the first time. No one.
Well,
I kind of did it. You did. Well, like, don't you think you could have picked like a better supplier or anything? You could have done anything better? Well, okay. Well,
I could have marketed it better. Yeah. I did. Alhamdulillah, I didn't lose profit. I didn't lose.
You made money.
I made money. Profitable. I was profitable, but I didn't sell as many as I could have.
Yeah. There's certain things. There's always certain things you could do better. Always.
One tip I'll give is
that goes into our next topic. Yeah. Marketing. Influencer marketing.
Influencer marketing. Okay.
What's the tip?
Don't do it.
To fucking give up. Don't do it. You're
man.
Coming into our market, saturating our market, taking our customers. Don't do it. Okay, influencer marketing. That is the main form of marketing that we partake in. Before I ask Musti what his tips are on that, I just want to say that of course we kind of have an advantage in this field because have been on the other side of this. Like brands reach out to us, have been reaching out to us to represent their stuff. And like we know how it feels like to talk to someone, and now we are that someone hitting up other brands or hitting up other people. So like we know exactly what it's like to be on both ends of this, which is very, very interesting because I don't think I've ever done.
If you are a brand and you hit up an influencer, especially an influencer that's doing well, like I don't consider us two influencers.
We're not that big.
We're not big.
Yeah, there are much other big
hitting
ones.
up an influencer that's job is to influence, and you just go, I'll give you a hoodie. Can you pay half of the price and then
I'll no
hoodie and then you can just promote it, put it in your store, on your feed, and keep it there forever. That's not gonna happen. And if it happens, that influencer is stupid and they just don't
know their worth. Yeah, exactly. If you're ever gonna do any influencer marketing, it's just like market. It's ads. It's marketing. You have to put your own money. Yeah. If you're not gonna pay them, you have to at least like send it to them for free.
Give at least 1 or 2 products for free and show them love. Yeah. Develop a relationship with them. Talk to them. Network with them, be not just another brand in their DMs because there's I promise you, for someone as small as us two,
we get enough to like ignore them now. You know what I mean?
Like imagine people that are even bigger, like way bigger than us. I have all of my influencer friends are way bigger than me, and man, like they get so many brands that DM them and talk to them. Like, you have to stand out.
It's like we said, like, the market is so saturated. Like, majority of my DMs aren't even girls anymore, man. It's literally people trying to give me clothes.
I don't know about you, but
shit. Alright, Musti getting bitches. I'm not. I'm sorry. I'm getting people trying to put fucking Subber on a T-shirt and make me wear it and not pay me for it. And again, it may seem like we're being selfish or whatever, like
arrogant,
give us payment.
But I'm saying
it's
right
our
now,
jobs. It's our jobs.
It's our jobs. And I'm telling you right now, if you hit up an influencer, and you say, yo, this is pro bono. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Alhamdulillah, like I'm not an influencer, so I don't really care about like getting paid to like do it. Like if it's a big brand, I'm gonna ask them. But if it's a small brand,
like we don't mind helping out, of course.
Someone that I know or the cause is good, I'll do it for free. Like this app hit me up and they're trying to do some Ramadan charity.
Yeah, literally tomorrow.
Yeah, we have to do this video tomorrow. It's like a Ramadan charity video. And I was like, I'll do one video for free because it's a Ramadan, right?
Ramadan charity, why not? It's a lot, all that good
the rest, we'll work it out. Yeah. But that's it. Like, it's so much work that goes into making these videos. Like,
yeah, exactly. And like you're saying, it needs to be known that like we know a lot of other people that have like clout or influence or whatever bullshit you want to call it. But they know that if they did that for us, we would do the exact same thing.
Yeah, alhamdulillah, I was fortunate enough for this first job where I did do influencer marketing. Although it didn't really help me that much. Yeah. Because I was mostly my fault the way I approached this influencer marketing. I learned my lesson. Like I said, I kind of messed up on this marketing part. But alhamdulillah, like the people that I hit up, which have alhamdulillah major clout, like
more than us, much more than us,
way more than us. They did it for mostly free, you know, like because it was even before.
It's like how you said, how you approach them.
It was mostly, but also I was friends with them, right? Like I'm friends with all of them. I know I talk to them here and there, and I make sure they're good, and we hit each other up. And whenever I'm in their town, I'll make sure to link them, stuff like that. But like that's not gonna happen for every brand, right? You're not just not every
especially
brand.
If you're new.
If you're new and you're just a brand, and you're the person that owns the brand, you aren't on like terms with these people or like friends with these people or are an influencer yourself. Yeah, it's tough. It's tough to stand out and actually like be recognized by these influencers as a brand that's new, because every Islamic brand is making the same clothing and the same freaking blank with the same team, same
you gotta
quality.
be very careful. It's like we said, you have to make sure you're unique in any way possible. Like even the way you like reach out to them, I know for a fact like there's like at least 10 different brands in my DMs. I just haven't responded to yet. All because they're like, hey, again, no hate, do what you want. There's one way to do it, and there's one way that we think will work. But they're just like, hey, we're a new up-and-coming fashion streetwear, and we blah, 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 blah. Like, definitely a very much so copy and pasted in a text that they just fucking sent to 50 different people. And it's like, that doesn't make me feel special.
Your brand has to now it has to stand out. Before,
it has to speak
like
for
5-6 years ago, if you made a Islamic streetwear brand, it's okay. Like, you would definitely stand out, because there was like 3 at the time. Yeah. When 5 Pillars was coming up, bro, like, that was the brand that I looked up to in high school, right? Because that was the only Islamic streetwear brand. And then Paladin came out.
And Pseudo, Nominal. Yeah, we were talking to Nominal like 3 years ago. They're incredible. MashaAllah. They've done it right.
That's a come-up story. That's a come-up story.
Their stuff is incredible.
But like, you have to stand out. There's a reason that 5 Pillars, till this day, is still standing out. Because they made that minimalistic hub, salam, peace,
they're the
design. And they, even though it's minimalistic and the same thing over and over again, they switch it up just a little bit, and they do a little bit something different, just enough for people to love it. And the quality of the products and their things is so high quality. There's a reason it's $70 for a hoodie.
It makes sense. That's one of the only brands
when you look at the materials of that hoodie, there's a reason why it's $70.
Love closely as well.
Because that hoodie is the highest quality hoodie you can get.
Their supplier is not a supplier. You can just Google it.
They make their own.
Probably.
They have their own. They make their own hoodies.
They would Love Closely. Love Closely is incredible.
Love Closely brand, man. That brand is respectively the greatest brand in their own field.
100%.
Like they do it so different.
If they keep going at the pace they're going, they're gonna be the next H&M. 100%. Or like Zara, Gucci, like something high end, not H&M.
Like a Supreme. I don't know.
Yeah, they're gonna be very big. They're already like in GQ and all this kind of stuff.
They're GQ.
Yeah, mashallah to them. Those are one of the couple brands that like no matter what, hats off. But we have 4 minutes left, so we're gonna use these 4 minutes. Musti's gonna use these last like 3 minutes to basically conclude what you need to do, what don't you need to do when starting your own clothing brand.
So I know this podcast is a little here and there, a little jumpy.
Yeah, it's hosted by us, bro.
Literally the messiest kids you'll ever meet, bro.
The worst.
But listen, when it comes down to it, there's only a few things you have to do for your brand to just when you're starting up to at least get out there. So get yourself out there and like separate it from these other brands.
Yeah.
One, remember that the designs you make have to be different. They have to be different in the market now. There's so many brands out there, so many sonic streetwear brands out there that use the same exact designs, the same exact like flow, like you know.
Yeah, even if it's not a sonic streetwear.
I'm like whatever your brand, whatever in the respective market your brand is in.
Yeah.
Just remember, there's gonna be 100 different brands do the same exact thing as everybody else.
And if you can get your shit from somewhere else, they're gonna get it from somewhere else.
Yeah. So remember to make your own flow. It's okay to create a mood board with all your favorite brands and learn from them. That's totally cool. That's what I do. Right?
That's what
that's what I take. The inspiration from everybody, but then I make my own thing that nobody has made, right? And then I use that for my products, and that's gonna make you stand out. Two, remember the brand you make, the name, the way you carry yourself, the way you post on Instagram, social media, is how people are gonna remember you.
The way you talk to
the way you talk to people, the way you DM them, the way you go on live or your stories, the way you pack your products, the way you ship your products, the way you everything is going to affect how people look at you, how people see you, how people remember you.
Yep.
If someone receives a bad hoodie and you don't take care of it, they're gonna remember that. They're gonna tell their friends, because remember, even though you're on Instagram and you got someone with 1 million followers showing off your hoodie, word of mouth goes way further than anything else.
Strong. It's true.
And lastly, just be true to yourself.
Yeah. Don't do it for the money.
Don't do it for the money. Do it because your community needs it, or because you actually love doing this.
And the money will come.
The money will come. Even if it doesn't come, bro, you can always do something else, right? You can always do something else. You can always keep creating it. It'll come one day.
If you started one business, there's no way you only need one to work.
At today's time, you don't even need like upfront investment to make something. Right?
Yeah, that's true.
You can just do it.
Yeah, we're in debt.
Well,
you're in debt.
Well, I'm in debt. Well, how much debt?
A lot. $10. All right, we got 1 minute left. All right, so this first episode, obviously, even though after 3 times we fucked it up, everything was fucking annoying and messy, but we're gonna make sure. So, if you're interested in Birds of the Wire, you're interested in Musti, his bio socials are over there. He's dropping a new collection soon. If you're interested in Roanoke, if you're interested in what I do,
collection too.
I've seen it myself. It's incredible. And if you're interested in Roanoke, you're interested in what I do, all my socials are in there too. This is the first episode, first of many. If you have any suggestions, that kind of stuff, let us know. And also, YouTube video, this is going to be up. It's going to be on IGTV, TikTok,
I should be the co-host of this.
Musti's busy. I don't want to co-host.
Okay. Well, it was nice meeting you guys. But,
cock!
Cock-a-doodle-doo!
We should start a not swear, then we can mark it as clean and not